Breaking. Did Mama Jones just blow the lid off one of the most twisted betrayals in hip-hop history? Because baby, what went down in that courtroom wasn't just teat, was a damn tsunami. Picture this. Cameras flashing, jaws dropping, and Mama Jones storming into court like she's walking onto the Love and Hip Hop reunion stage. Except this time, she's got receipts. And not the kind you lose at the bottom of your purso, no. We're talking cold, hard proof that Chrissy and Camron have been playing dirty behind Jim Jones' back for years. Years. Betrayal. Check backroom deals. Double check. And that silence from Jim. Yeah, it didn't last long because once Mama Jones let the truth fly, Jim snapped. We're talking yelling in court. Flipping chairs had security sweating bullets. What secrets did she expose? How deep does the deception go? And is Camron really the snake everyone's whispering about? Was he just Chrissy's puppet all along? The lines are blurred, the drama is real, and trust me, this story's about to take a dark, unexpected turn. Sit down, grab your popcorn. Because this courtroom just turned into a battlefield, and Mama Jones is leading the charge. The second Mama Jones walked into that courtroom, you could feel it in the air. Something was about to go down. And not just a little drama, baby. We're talking explosive, career-ending, mask-off mayhem that was about to shake the foundation of Harlem and beyond. Mama Jones didn't come with just stories. She came with names, dates, documents, and enough attitude to shut down an entire network. Now let's be real for a second. This ain't the first time Chrissy Lampkin has been caught up in some mess. From on-again, off-again engagements to throwing fists and furniture on national television, Chrissy's reputation has always walked the tightrope between ride or die and plotting in the dark. And Camron, don't even get me started. Man's been wrapped in controversy like it's his personal brand since the early 2000s, whether it's feuding with Jay-Z, ducking loyalty, or disappearing when things get hot. Cam is no stranger to the shady side of the industry. So when Mama Jones took the stand, or, let's be honest, stole the spotlight, everybody leaned in. She didn't mince words. So with her signature fire, she started connecting dots the public didn't even know existed. According to her, this wasn't just petty drama or relationship tension. This was a full-blown betrayal, decades in the making. She claimed Chrissy had been playing Jim and cozying up to Cam behind the scenes for years, and no. We're not talking about a love triangle. We're talking about strategic power moves. Joint business deals hidden from Jim and secret alliances. That would make Game of Thrones look like a church play. Allegedly, Mama uncovered evidence that Chrissy and Camron had been working together on a backdoor financial setup, cutting Jim out of key decisions involving real estate, branding rights, and even music royalties. Royalties, y'all? Very thing Jim bled for in his grind to the top, and these two were allegedly skimming off the top while smiling in his face. Mama said Jim trusted them like family, Chrissy as his woman and Cam as his brother, but all along they were laying bricks for their own little empire built on his back. And baby, when that came out, Jim's whole world cracked. The courtroom was dead silent until Jim's lawyer literally stood up and asked the judge for a recess. That's how shook everyone was. Mama Jones didn't stop there, though. Oh no. Once she got going, she started airing out every grimy, dusty secret like she'd been waiting for this day. She brought up that infamous 2012 pause between Dipset reunions and how Jim and Cam fell off. Turns out, according to Mama, that wasn't just ego clashes, it was a calculated move from Chrissy to keep them apart while she and Cam built their own quiet partnership. And guess what else? She hinted, but with a raised eyebrow that said pay attention, that Cam and Chrissy's relationship wasn't just professional. The gasps that echoed when she said, "I know what I saw and I know what was said behind closed doors," could have powered the entire courthouse. Was she implying they had an affair? Oh. She didn't say it directly, but the courtroom felt it. And let's be real, this ain't Mama's first rodeo. When she speaks in code, she means business. And just when folks thought they could catch their breath, Mama pulled out photos. Yes, actual printed receipts, like she was presenting evidence. On a true crime docuseries, grainy images of Cam and Chrissy meeting up in quiet little restaurants and slipping into closed-door meetings without Jim. And if that wasn't bad enough, there was financial paperwork. 2 copies of wire transfers, hush contracts, side businesses, registered under aliases. The dots connected, and the story they told was filthy. Chrissy and Cam allegedly set up a luxury rental company using money from one of Jim's old properties, money that should have gone into his brand, his future, his legacy. And Mama didn't just accuse, she performed. Every sentence dripped with righteous anger and maternal fury, the kind that only comes when your child has been wronged by people he trusted most. Meanwhile, Chrissy sat there frozen, lips tight, eyes darting. Camron, not even present. The man knew what was coming and chose to skip court entirely. Convenient, huh? Because the minute Mama mentioned his name, legal reps for Cam tried to file a motion to seal the statements, but it was too late. The damage was done. The media was outside. Fans were live tweeting every quote, and the public. Oh, they were eating it up like Sunday dinner. But let's rewind for a second. This wasn't just a courtroom ambush. According to insiders, Mama Jones had been sitting on this information for months, maybe years. She tried to warn Jim, to keep things behind closed doors. But when she realized he wasn't seeing the truth for himself, she went full mama bear and made it public. And if you think she did all this for attention, think again. She looked that judge dead in the eye and said, "This is about protecting my son from snakes wearing family titles." Cue the audacity, the energy, the truth bombs. It was a masterclass in courtroom destruction. And yet, the deeper Mama got into the betrayal, the more you could see Jim unraveling. The man who once held Harlem on his back was now staring down. The possibility that the 2 people closest to him may have orchestrated his downfall. And it didn't stop with emotional damage. Mama strongly suggested that Jim's recent legal woes might have been partially engineered. That's right. She hinted that some of the information leaked to law enforcement may have come from within his own camp. Ain't it funny how people always know when to show up just when you're at your weakest? She said. The courtroom froze again. That's when Jim's expression changed from shock to something darker. Rage, betrayal. He turned to Chrissy. Skidding just rose away and said something no mic could catch, but the look on her face said everything. You thought this was just about backstabbing and money. Think again. Says deeper. Says war. Says war. A war Mama Jones came ready to win, and she was just getting started. 'Cause right after dropping bombshell after bombshell about Camron and Chrissy's backdoor betrayal, Mama turned the courtroom into a stage commanding attention, like she was hosting her own primetime expos. Oh, it was criminal. Literally. According to some allegedly leaked documents Mama's people handed over to court officials, yes, she has people Camron and Chrissy had not only siphoned funds from Jim's brand, but had also quietly registered shell companies in multiple states, funneling earnings from Dipset merchandise and real estate flips into off-the-books accounts. Offshore accounts, sweetheart, with codenames like Jupiter Holdings and Lamp Legacy LLC. You can't make this stuff up. One fake LLC was allegedly set up in Delaware under a name so similar to one of Jim's businesses that even his accountant missed it. Now tell me that ain't shady. And when the judge asked Mama if she had proof, she deadpan slid over a manila folder like it was the last scene of a mafia movie. Inside, copies of emails, receipts, and even a blurry screenshot of a text from Chrissy's burner phone. They'll never know, trust me. Jim's too busy trying to be a rapper again. Yikes. That's not just betrayal, that's mockery. And let's not forget the anonymous sources. Oh, honey, they were lining up to spill. One alleged insider, probably someone in the crew who finally had enough, leaked that Cam and Chrissy had been cozying up to major entertainment execs, selling off partial rights to Dipset branding behind Jim's back. One source even said they were in talks with a streaming giant to produce a docuseries titled The Real Kings of Harlem, with Jim nowhere in the lineup. Imagine building the house, laying every brick, and then being left off the deed. Fans were losing their minds. Social media lit up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Chrissy and Cam did what? Mama Jones a real one for this. Camron really the Pink Panther out here stealing dreams in a fur coat? TikToks, memes, YouTube commentary, every platform was dragging Chrissy and Camron like it was a national holiday. And while all this noise exploded online, Jim? Yes. He wasn't just heartbroken, he was furious. Word around the courthouse was that his legal team was already preparing to hit both Chrissy and Cam with a dual lawsuit, one for fraud and one for conspiracy. Meanwhile, court transcripts revealed that a sealed exhibit was entered into evidence. Wormer has it, it's an audio recording of Cam and Chrissy allegedly laughing about finally being done with Jim. If that clip drops publicly, it's over. It's done. Cam's legacy. Chrissy's image of two all go up in flames faster than a Dipset mixtape in 2005. And let's not forget the financial angle. Allegedly, Cam received a quiet six-figure payout from a licensing deal that should have been split with Jim money. That vanished faster than Cam at a reunion tour. And Chrissy. Word is, she used some of that cash to buy property down in Miami under her cousin's name. Oh yes, honey. Fake names, hidden deeds, secret condos with ocean views. It ain't just betrayal. It's a heist. But here's the kicker. Mama Jones knew all of it. How? Nobody knows. But one thing's for sure, she didn't come to play. She came to burn it all down. And the courtroom, once buzzing with whispers, had gone dead silent. Because the deeper this got, the more it looked like Jim had been the only one playing fair. The only one who actually believed in loyalty, brotherhood, and love. But Cam and Chrissy, they were allegedly treating Jim like a stepping stone, using his name, his fame, and his heart as nothing more than leverage. And Jim, he was watching his world collapse, piece by piece, live in front of a judge. While the woman he loved and the brother he trusted sat at the center of the mess. But Mama wasn't finished. She told the court there were still more secrets to reveal. And trust me, what came next made everything else look like child's play. Because just when you thought Mama Jones had dropped every bombshell possible, she reached into her purse and pulled out a USB drive like she was straight out of an action movie. The room gasped. The judge raised an eyebrow. Jim sat up straighter and Chrissy's lawyer literally whispered, "Oh no, 'cause this wasn't gossip, this was evidence." Inside that little piece of plastic was a string of voice recordings and surveillance footage that allegedly captured Camron and Chrissy in closed-door meetings with industry sharks stalking money, legal evasion, and straight-up betrayal. One clip, which sources say is already being transcribed, reportedly has Chrissy saying, "If Jim doesn't play ball, we'll ice him out." Cam's already on board. And baby, when the courtroom heard that, Jim Jones lost it. He slammed his hand on the table, shouted, "You think this funny?" and had to be restrained by two bailiffs. His whole world, his love, his brotherhood. His business was imploding in public, and the people responsible were sitting right in front of him, stone-faced like nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, social media outside the courthouse was melting. The hashtag Mama Jones exposed it all was trending worldwide. Fans didn't know who to support anymore. Some were furious with Cam for being a snake. Others called Chrissy the ultimate manipulator. And a small pocket of delusional defenders even tried to spin it like maybe it was all a misunderstanding. Baby, misunderstanding. I know. Mistaking wire transfers, burner phones, and betrayal caught on tape. Industry insiders began pulling away from Camron's brand fast. Sponsorships paused. One label allegedly canceled a planned collaboration deal within hours of the testimony. Meanwhile, Chrissy's once up-and-coming reality project was quietly removed from a network schedule. damage control. Too late, Mama Jones had already nuked the whole operation. And yet, even with everything exposed, the court wasn't done. Legal reps hinted at pending fraud investigations, tax irregularities, and possibly criminal charge, not just civil suits. And if those tapes make it to public platforms, careers will die. Legacies will crumble. And one thing's for sure, Jim Jones ain't walking away from this the same man. This wasn't just courtroom drama. This was betrayal at the deepest level, and Mama Jones made sure the world saw it unfold in real time. If your jaw's still on the floor, don't worry, you're not alone. 'Cause after everything Mama Jones just unleashed, the only thing left to ask is, who's really the villain here? Is it Chrissy, the alleged mastermind behind the quiet backstabbing and luxury condo cover-ups? Is it Camron, the supposed brother who dipped into Jim's pockets while rocking Dipset chains? Or is it the entire industry turning a blind eye while icons get eaten alive from the inside out? One thing's for sure, this ain't over. Not even close. The lawsuits are coming, the clips are leaking, and Mama Jones, oh, she's probably somewhere sipping tea waiting for part 2 of her testimony. So what do you think? Was Jim Jones betrayed by the two people he trusted the most? Did Mama Jones just save her son's legacy, or set fire to everything for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this saga is heating up fast. And if you want the next explosive update the minute it drops, you already know what to do. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe and turn on your notifications, because we've got every shady twist coming your way. This is the kind of mess you do not want to miss.